Hashtag motivational YouTube video script, The Power of Succession. Video title * Build to Last, The Untold Power of Succession. Intro music fades in and out, upbeat, inspiring. Midnight to 0:30, hook. Scene, host, your name, stands confidently in a modern, well-lit studio. Energetic, direct gaze at the camera. Host * stop for a second. Imagine your proudest achievement. That project you poured your heart into, that business you painstakingly built, that team you led to victory. Now, picture it vanishing. Dissolving as soon as you step away. A terrifying thought, right? Because deep down, we all want what we create to endure. We want our efforts to have a lasting impact, to outlive our direct involvement. But how do you guarantee that? How do you ensure your legacy isn't just a fleeting moment, but a permanent imprint on the future? The answer, my friends, lies in one of the most powerful, yet often overlooked, strategies for long-term success: succession. 0:30 to 1:30, Introduction. Host * Welcome back to the channel, future builders. I'm your name, and today, we're diving deep into a topic that is absolutely critical for anyone looking to make a lasting difference, whether you're a CEO, an entrepreneur, a team leader, or even just planning your personal growth journey. Succession. Now, when you hear succession, you might immediately think of boardrooms, corporate politics, or even royal families. But let me tell you, that narrow view misses the profound, transformative power of this concept. Succession isn't just about replacing a person, it's about preserving a vision, empowering new talent, building resilience, and ensuring continuity. It's about designing a future that is stronger and more vibrant because you meticulously prepared for it. This isn't about handing over a torch when you're done. It's about lighting new torches, igniting new fires, and watching the whole landscape glow brighter. Today, we're going to explore 6 critical facets of succession that will change the way you think about leadership, legacy, and longevity. Get ready to build something that lasts. 1:30 to 3:30, Main Point 1, Succession is about legacy, not just replacement. Host * Let's start with a foundational truth. Succession is about legacy, not just replacement. Many people view succession planning as a grim necessity, something you do when someone leaves, retires, or worse. But this perspective is entirely backward. True succession is a strategic act of foresight, a declaration that what you're building is bigger than any single individual, including yourself. It's an act of profound selflessness and vision. When you think about legacy, you're not just thinking about what you accomplished, but what continues to be accomplished long after your direct involvement. It's about the values you instilled, the culture you fostered, the impact you set in motion. A leader who plans for succession is actively choosing to amplify their impact across time, ensuring their work reverberates for generations. It's about planting trees under whose shade you may never sit, but whose growth you ensure. Example * Think about Walt Disney. He passed away in 1966, yet the Walt Disney Company, his legacy, didn't just survive, it thrived and evolved into a global entertainment powerhouse. How? Because he built an organization with a strong vision, a distinct culture of innovation and storytelling, and a deep bench of creative talent. He didn't just create movies and theme parks, he created a system and an ethos that allowed others to continue his work, expanding into new technologies and markets in ways he couldn't have imagined. His legacy isn't just what he did, but what his vision empowered others to do for decades to come. That's enduring legacy. 3:30 to 5 o'clock, Main Point 2, Identify and nurture potential early. Host * My second point is crucial. Identify and nurture potential early. Don't wait for a crisis to start looking for your next leaders. Proactive succession begins by actively scouting for talent within your organization, your team, or even your personal network. Who shows initiative? Who takes ownership? Who challenges the status quo in a constructive way? These are often the quiet signals of future leadership. It's not just about looking at current performance, it's about seeing potential. It's about spotting that spark, that drive, that unique perspective that could one day lead to something extraordinary. Then, once you identify these individuals, you don't just put them on a list, you actively invest in them. Give them stretch assignments, expose them to different parts of the business or project, and challenge them to grow beyond their current roles. Example * Take General Electric, GE, during the tenure of Jack Welch. GE was famously known as a leadership factory. Welch believed that developing leaders was his most important job. They had robust talent identification programs, where high-potential individuals were scouted from various divisions. These individuals were then put through rigorous development programs, rotated through different roles, and given increasing levels of responsibility. GE didn't just fill open roles, they cultivated an entire pipeline of future CEOs and top executives, both for GE itself and for countless other companies, because they understood that nurturing talent early was the bedrock of sustained success. 5 to 645, main point 3, mentorship and empowerment are key. Host *, this leads directly to our third point. Mentorship and empowerment are absolutely key. Succession isn't just about training, it's about transforming. It's about providing guidance, sharing wisdom, and then crucially, stepping back and empowering your successors to take the reins. A mentor doesn't just teach, they inspire confidence, they challenge assumptions, and they create a safe space for growth, even through mistakes. Empowerment means giving your potential successors real responsibility, allowing them to make decisions, and yes, sometimes letting them stumble and learn from it. You can't learn to swim if you never get in the water. True leadership development comes from doing, not just observing. Your role transitions from doing the work to coaching others to do it, and eventually, coaching them to coach others. This builds a self-sustaining cycle of development. Example * look at Warren Buffett at Berkshire Hathaway. He is legendary for his long-term vision and his approach to leadership. While he's known for his investment acumen, he's also a master of mentorship and empowerment. He gives his subsidiary leaders incredible autonomy, trusting them to run their businesses with minimal interference, as long as they align with Berkshire's core values and financial principles. He identifies brilliant managers, provides them with the resources and the framework, and then empowers them completely. This decentralization and trust have allowed Berkshire Hathaway to grow into a diverse conglomerate, successfully weathering many economic storms, because its leaders are empowered, not micromanaged. 645 to 815, main point 4, document processes and institutional knowledge. Host * our fourth point is often overlooked, but critically important. Document processes and institutional knowledge. We all carry a wealth of information in our heads, the how-to, the why we do it this way, the lessons learned from past mistakes. But what happens to that invaluable knowledge when you're not there? If it's not captured, it's lost. This isn't just about creating boring manuals, it's about building an accessible knowledge base that ensures continuity and prevents the wheel from constantly being reinvented. This means actively distilling your expertise into shareable formats, best practices guides, training modules, decision-making frameworks, or even just regularly updated digital notes. It's about building systems that don't rely on one person's memory, but rather on a collective intelligence that can be accessed and built upon by anyone who steps into a new role. Example * consider the meticulous documentation required at NASA. When engineers and scientists work on complex space missions, they don't just rely on individual genius. They document everything, every calculation, every design choice, every test result, every lesson learned. This institutional knowledge is critical for maintaining safety, optimizing performance, and allowing future generations of engineers to build upon previous missions. When new teams take over a project, they aren't starting from scratch, they're standing on the shoulders of giants, thanks to comprehensive documentation that ensures continuity, even as personnel change over decades. 815 to 945, main point 5, embrace change and evolve the vision. Host * here's a powerful truth for point number 5. Embrace change and evolve the vision. Succession isn't about finding someone to perfectly mimic what you do or how you do it. That's a recipe for stagnation. True succession is about allowing the next generation to bring fresh perspectives, new ideas, and adapt the vision to a changing world. It's about understanding that while your core values might remain, the methods, strategies, and even the products or services might need to evolve. A great successor isn't just a follower, they are an innovator. They will challenge norms, introduce new technologies, and push boundaries. Your role is to foster an environment where this evolution is not just tolerated but celebrated. The ultimate goal isn't to perpetuate your way, but to perpetuate the success of the endeavor, even if that means embracing radical shifts. Example * look at Microsoft's transformation under Satya Nadella. When he took over as CEO in 2014, Microsoft was seen by many as a behemoth struggling to adapt to the cloud and mobile-first world. Nadella, as a successor to Bill Gates and Steve Ballmer, didn't try to replicate their approaches. Instead, he boldly shifted the company's culture towards collaboration, empathy, and a cloud-first, mobile-first strategy, pivoting away from the desktop operating system as the sole focus. This bold, evolutionary vision revitalized Microsoft, leading to unprecedented growth and innovation, proving that a successor can not only maintain but dramatically enhance a company's trajectory by embracing necessary change. 9:45 to 11:15, Main Point 6, Succession is a continuous journey, not a destination. Host *, finally, and perhaps most importantly, for our sixth point, succession is a continuous journey, not a destination. This isn't a one-time task you check off a list. It's an ongoing, living strategy woven into the very fabric of your organization's culture. Great leaders are always developing the next layer of leadership, always scouting, always mentoring, always documenting. It's about building an organizational ecosystem where talent naturally rises, where knowledge flows freely, and where change is embraced as an opportunity. This mindset creates incredible resilience. It means that no single departure, no matter how significant, can derail your mission. It means your team, your project, your business, or even your personal legacy is robust, adaptable, and designed to thrive well into the future, no matter who is at the helm. It's about building an evergreen future. Example *, think about professional sports teams. They aren't just focused on winning this season. They have scouting departments constantly looking for young talent, minor leagues to develop players, and coaching staffs dedicated to honing skills and preparing athletes for the next level. Even after a superstar retires, the team doesn't collapse. They have a system in place to bring up new players, develop new strategies, and maintain competitiveness over decades. This continuous cycle of talent identification, development, and integration is a perfect analogy for how dynamic and ongoing effective succession planning should be. 11:15 to 12 o'clock, conclusion and call to action. Host *, so, there you have it. Succession isn't just a corporate buzzword, it's a strategic imperative, a powerful tool for longevity, resilience, and ultimate impact. It's about actively shaping the future, not just reacting to it. It's about ensuring that your vision, your hard work, and your values continue to create good in the world, long after you've moved on to your next adventure. My challenge to you today is this: don't wait. Start thinking about succession now. Look around you. Who are you empowering? What knowledge are you sharing? What systems are you building that will ensure your legacy isn't fleeting, but foundational? Invest in your future by investing in others. Be a builder of legacies. Be a champion of continuity. If this video resonated with you, give it a big thumbs up, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and subscribe for more insights on building a powerful life and business. Until next time, keep building, keep inspiring, and keep preparing the way for an even brighter future. You've got this. Outro music fades in.